All right. What's up, y'all? Y'all know it's your girl, Ashley. Y'all know I'm the creator and CEO of Black Girl Interrupted Podcast. So, again, tonight we have a brand new episode. So, before we even get started, as you can see, I'm alone right now, but Keisha is going to join us later on. But before we even get started, like I say, let's tap in. Y'all know I have to do my mental health check in. So, tap in the comments. Let me know how's everybody feeling today. It's Tuesday. I want to know how your week is going. Drop the comments. Drop the comments. Let me know. I'm doing my mental health check in. I need to know how everybody's feeling tonight. So while I am patiently waiting, let me let y'all know. So it is official. Your girl is now on the radio. I am on 107 point hits. I'm so sorry. Let me back that up. Hits 107.3 the beat. So I am on the radio station now. So and they are live. You could actually download the app on Google in your Google Play Store or your App Store, your Apple Store. It's Hits HITZ 1073 the beat. And I am live. I will be on every Tuesday and every Thursday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. So y'all tap in with your girl. Tap in with your girl. And I again want to say thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys continue to show me on a daily. So I love it. I love it. I appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump on into the topics for tonight. So tonight we are talking about self-esteem, confidentially yours. So I want to know, like y'all talk to me, let me know in regards to self-esteem, drop in the comments. What does self-esteem mean to you? What does it mean to you? Is it important to you? That's what I want to know. Self-esteem, especially black women, we really struggle with a lot of self-esteem issues, as I was stating last week when we did our body image. Those are some of the things that we struggle with is self-esteem, is feeling, are we good enough? Um, you know, why are we in such a competition with so many people? Hold up, y'all. Y'all forgive me. Somebody just sent me a message and was like, we can't see. Ugh, y'all forgive me right now. Let me edit. There we go. So I'm sorry, y'all. I do apologize. There we go. It should be public now and for you guys to share. So self-esteem. There are three types. You have high self-esteem. Well, let me rephrase that. You have inflated self-esteem, low self-esteem, and what was the other one? I believe it was like high self-esteem. So which one of those categories do you fit in? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Which self-esteem do you fit in? So in regards to self-esteem, why is it important? Why is the self-esteem important? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. I want to know what self-esteem means to you. Definitely let me know. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Keisha's coming. Y'all don't worry. She's normally, let me get my hands right. She's normally that way. But she's coming. He will. Hey, big brother. How are you today? Hey, Keisha. What's good, boo? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And what you mean? Wait a minute. Oh, you mean in regards to me being on the radio station? Yeah. So it's official. Shout out to DJ Gia for stepping out, and giving me a chance and allowing Black Girl Interrupted to grow. So definitely shout out to Hits 1073 The Beat for taking a chance on Black Girl Interrupted. All right, good. I'm glad you're relaxing. Thank you. Again, y'all tap in. Let me know how y'all feeling today. Because I always want to do a mental health check in before every episode. I definitely want to do that before I just jump right into the topic. But yeah, self esteem, self esteem, self esteem. Confidentially yours. Let's see. Oh, not you, sis. My co host, Keish. She's normally on here with me. So, not you, sis. I'm so sorry. Keish, the CEO of Colors by Keish. That's who I was speaking of. And in regards, I have her lipstick on tonight. I'm actually wearing brown sugar. So, and don't forget her relaunch is Saturday, January 30th. All new colors coming. I'm so excited for her. Hey, Big Low. Big Low say he's feeling good today. Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Definitely want to connect with you after the show. So definitely want to get with you after the show, Big Low. Want to talk to you. Definitely want to tap in with you. So in the comments, y'all drop in. Let me know. I want to know how everybody's doing first. So just so y'all know, we are talking about self-esteem tonight. But I want to do my mental health check-in. I want to know how everybody's feeling. How's your weekend been going? Let me know. Let your girl know. All right. So the comments are rolling in. Hey everybody. So let me go ahead. All right. So going forward, what I'm gonna do is hold off on the comments to the end of the show, so that way we can really speak and elaborate on the topics that we're gonna be speaking about. So jumping back over, so don't fret. I'm gonna definitely get to your comments, but I really want to spend a little more time in regards to talking about our topics. So excuse me. So self-esteem. That is definitely one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Okay. Is self-esteem. That's confidence. Self-confidence. How do you feel about yourself? Is your esteem inflated? Is your self-esteem high or is your self-esteem low? And drop in the comments and let me know which one of those categories, you fall into. Is it high? Is it low? Is it inflated? We definitely want to talk about that. Oh,
Hey, sorry,
oh,
sis.
hey, hey, how are you? We're doing self-esteem tonight. But I also, did my mental health check-in because of course I want to know how everybody's feeling. So before we go ahead and jump into self-esteem, let me do my mental health check with you. How are you feeling today? I'm sorry. Let me back up. That's so rude. We have this young lady to the left, to the right. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them who you are?
I am sorry. I am late. We were having some technical difficulties. However, I am Keish on and CEO of Colors by Keish Cosmetics. But make sure y'all tune in Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern to help me relaunch.
And if you don't mind, can you give them a little taste of the new colors or colors that you have coming?
Hold on, y'all. Let me show my. Okay, so we have a color that you all may know, and it's her favorite, called Nipsey. I'ma just name one. If y'all already know, Nipsey, yeah, I know what color that is. We do have some magnetic lashes and mink lashes, and just be on the lookout, y'all. Hey, Big Love, I see you.
And you say the relaunch is January 30th.
6 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Well, Miss Keish, we definitely look forward to that relaunch. Definitely, I'm absolutely excited for you and thank you for joining me again on the show tonight. So now that, oh, thank you, Miss Veronica. All right. So I wanted to let everyone know, keep the comments rolling, but we're going to tap into the comments closer to the end of the show. So, and as I was saying tonight, we are talking about self esteem, confidentially yours. Let's talk about it. Since you're the
So
guest with me tonight, my co host, sis, I'm going to let you start the show. Self esteem.
self was like that's a very touchy situation for me because that was something that I struggled with. You know, I struggled with self esteem. I always thought I was unattractive. I thought I was big. You know, I that was just me, and nobody couldn't tell me different. So when people did try to give me compliments, it got to the point where I didn't believe them because I felt like, okay, yeah, yeah, whatever, you just saying that and stuff like that. So yes, self esteem was very touchy for me, and I struggled with it for a long time. I used to cry, you know, and then I became not, I won't say standoffish, but I used to isolate myself. I didn't want to hang with, you know, anybody, nothing like that. So it was just, this is a very, yeah, yeah.
So, so in regards to your self esteem, then versus now, because there are different categories of self esteem. Do you feel like your self esteem is inflated? Do you feel like it's high? Or do you feel like your esteem is low?
Uh, is there such thing as in between? Because you know I have my moments too. You know, I still have them moments, but I could say I did overcome some of them. I'm going to say that I did overcome a lot of things, and it took some healing. You know, because some people who suffer with it, they don't they don't get the opportunity to talk themselves out of it, because you can really go out on the deep end when dealing with that.
With the self esteem issues? So, in your opinion, sis, I want to know, why do you think the black women, the women in the black community, why do we struggle with self esteem issues so much? Your opinion. Why do you feel that way?
Because you ever hear this saying, you know, okay, you stand next to an ugly girl and you just feel like a bad bitch. Like
Okay.
you, there's women out here who look at other women and feel that they look better than them. So this brings us to pretty much everything we talked about on this show. If you, if it's not light, it ain't right. What you see on TV. But my thing with me was I was told I was ugly so many times. And so when you get told that, you start to believe it.
Mm. You know, I will say I struggled a lot with self esteem issues. I did. I struggled, because I never felt I was good enough. You know, um, I didn't feel loved. And that was because I didn't love myself. As I've spoken on previous episodes. Um, I think a lot of the self esteem issues, it comes from trauma. You trying to compete with somebody else whose life may look better than yours. Um, and then again, like you say, being told, that you're not pretty enough, or being told you're not tall enough, or, you know, your grades aren't good enough. So I think that takes a toll on your self-esteem. So as we roll on into these next the next questions, um, again, about why is such an issue in the black community, why self-esteem is such a issue in regards to black women. So I want to go ahead and I want to jump into how do you, what's your of
My the way I define self esteem is just like your way of feeling, how you feel towards yourself. Period. Like, okay, some people have high self esteem, like, you know what, I'm the shit and stuff like that. But the way I define self esteem is your way of thinking of yourself. That's it.
so yeah, that's exactly, that's the exact definition is, it's an individual's subjective evaluation of their own worth. And what self-esteem does, it encompasses beliefs about oneself. For example, I am unloved or I am worthy. And as well as emotional states such as triumph, despair, pride, and shame. So you have a black daughter. I have
Yes.
two black daughters. Your daughter comes to you because your daughter is chocolate and she's gorgeous. Okay, let me first say that she's gorgeous and not because she's chocolate. She's just gorgeous, period. She looks like a little baby doll. Your daughter comes to you and she's struggling with her self-esteem because, and I've heard it and I've seen it. They talk about darker shade women. They're not beautiful. How are you going to instill to ensure that your daughter has a high self-esteem? Because she's gonna run into that. We know that. We see that because that's what society has put on the TV. She comes to you and she says, Mom, you know, they talk about me because I'm dark.
Okay.
How are you going to address that? Because you know for a fact
That's gonna come.
that conversation is gonna come. Because she's not gonna look like the other little girls in her classroom. Her hair is different. How are you going to address that?
You know what? I'll tell her, baby, you know why you don't? Because that's how God like his coffee. That's it. God loves his coffee black.
No
And I
coffee,
just,
no. Go ahead, girl.
he loves his coffee black. And I'm going to just ensure her that you are beautiful. Nothing less. Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Come on, let's read some phenomenal woman. Let's talk about these things. And I know it's gonna come, sis. So I, I'm not ready, but I know I gotta get ready. But I'm gonna reassure her that she knows that God loves his coffee black.
And she's beautiful. I deal with that with my daughter, with my baby girl. And Chase is 11. And her self-esteem, I will say it's in between. It's in between high and it's in between low. Simply because her hair is different. She Chase is a big 80s person. She loves Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince. So her little best friend has this long curly hair. Chase unfortunately does not have hair like that. She wants her hair long. And I see her when she looks in the mirror and sometimes she says, is it gonna get longer? And so at 11 years old, I had to really sit down to really address that with her. You know what I'm saying? To explain to her, we all look different. Some of us have long hair, some of us have short hair, some of us have no hair.
Right.
And I have to constantly keep telling her, you are beautiful the way that you are. My baby developed a lot faster some of the little girls in her classroom. So she was kind of, you know, that really kind of messed with her self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Because now she really looks different. And that weighs on her. When my daughter, like I say, she's 11 and she's already transitioned into puberty. And that made her feel some kind of way because she told me, she said, well, why can't I be like the girls in my class? And I had to explain to her, you're special. You're different. If anybody could drop some, drop in the comments and let me know if I could have handled that differently. But, I tell her every day, you're beautiful. No matter if you look different. No matter if you look different. You know, even with me, going back to me, I struggle with self-esteem issues, because I was told I wasn't pretty, or because I didn't look like this girl. I didn't look like that girl. My body don't look like hers, or this don't look. I felt unloved. I felt unworthy. I wanted to look like the other little girls too. So that really affected, my self-esteem. It really did, for the most part. But I would say now that I'm older, I think I let me rephrase that. I don't have high I have high self-esteem now because I feel like I'm the ish. I feel like I'm the truth. Because I had to go back and I had to reevaluate, sis. We again, and I'm gonna continue to say this, we as black women with a blueprint. So no, I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. I'm very confident now in myself, and I want people to know there's a difference between being confident and arrogant, or
Yep.
confident, confident, excuse me, from being cocky versus confident. And I'm not cocky by no means. I'm very confident. I know I'm beautiful. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm loved. So that's why I stand with my self-esteem. That's where I stand with it. You know, Absolutely, that's where I. So, as I was saying, there are various topics in regards to self-esteem. No, I'm sorry, various categories. Let me correct that. So, in the comments, there are three types of self-esteem: inflated, high, or low. Which category do you fall in?
I'm like right
Which
there in the
category do you
middle.
fall in? Think about it. So why do you feel like you're right there? Why don't okay? So why do you feel like you're in between high and low? Why do you feel like you're in between the high and the low?
Okay, so let me ask you this. So if people have high self, all right, inflated. We're gonna go with inflated. Do you ever think they go across, have them days where they have low self esteem? Maybe, maybe not. If you have high self esteem, you'll probably get there. I'm gonna say I'm a middle, a high and low, because I can one day I could just feel like, damn, I look good. Or like, damn, tonight I really killed this ombre look, you know, and I'm feeling myself. Got my little hair done, and you feel good. And then when there's low self esteem, you just have your moments. So I will be like this. I'm human. I could be up here and I could be down here. But at the end of the day, I'll be all right. Right there in the middle. Because I'm human. I don't have no inflated self esteem. I don't have low self esteem. I just be chilling. I'm humble. If I know I look like shit one day, I look like shit. Excuse me. I look like
But
bleep.
but you but to me, on the outside looking in, sis, I feel like you have high self-esteem. You know, big and the reason and this is my perception because sometimes people could see things in other people that we don't normally see in ourselves. I think you have high self-esteem. I think your struggle is, and you said it before, you want to lose a little weight. But in
Yeah.
regards to your self-esteem, I think you're high because you always congratulate yourself on the things that you do. You're very proud of, launching your cosmetic line. That's high self-esteem. You overcame some obstacles. The not inflated is because you don't inflated. Let me give you all the definition of inflated self-esteem first. Inflated self-esteem means somebody that thinks they're better than everybody. So no, you're not inflated. I know some people that have inflated self-esteem, but I think my self-esteem is high. And I think yours is high. Because you grab the world by the reins and you just go. Even on the days you don't feel like you still you like, you know what? To hell with I'm taking on the world today. And that's every day. That's every day. Every day. So no, I don't feel like you have low self-esteem. I think your esteem is high because you really are very proud of the things that you have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I it's high. I see it. I see how bright your light has been. So I'm gonna post this really quick, sis. Um, in regards to self-esteem. Let me remove this out of the way. So you can really see this chart I've found, in regards to self-esteem. You're confident, your achievements are high, you respect others, and you're respected by others. You're secure. Like I say, the only thing you struggle with, that me and you have discussed, like you say, is your weight. You know, you're creative.
Yeah.
You're the accept, you've learned to accept facts. So I think your esteem is high. That's just my personal opinion, you know, and I feel like my esteem is high. I'm right there with you in regards to that. I have a sense of belonging now when it comes to my family and my friends. I'm secure. With my employment, my health is good, my family is good. I'm breathing, I have food, water, I sleep good some nights.
Right.
And I've learned to accept the facts of things. I really do. I really honestly do. I've learned the fact of things. I have now learned to decipher expectations versus reality. So it really all ties in together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you the question again now. Do you have inflated self-esteem, high self-esteem, or low self-esteem?
Okay. I would say hi, but I do have my moments where I just feel like, look, this ain't cutting it. Shit. That's the moments I have. So I say hi.
But that's only for a few.
Few
But that's
minutes.
only for a few seconds, and then you bounce back. And I
Hmm.
wouldn't consider that, sis, low self-esteem. I would consider you just kind of have a frustrated moment. You just like, oh Lord, what else could happen? But your esteem is still high. I see that. That's like I say, a lot of people see things in other people that some people just don't see in themselves. Of course. You know, I even pulled this up. I want to show you something. And I want to know if you will disagree with this post. It says only Black women are expected to develop a self esteem that doesn't correlate with the actual treatment we receive. We are expected to be superhuman, unshaken by abuse, and develop a ridiculously unrealistic and borderline magical type of resilience. Enough is enough. Talk about it.
That
Reread
is
it
so
again and then talk
true.
about it.
And you know what? It just makes me think about my mom. She used to work these long, long hours. long hours taking care of the family, and then come home, have to do her duties. We get tired. Women get tired. And I think it's because I seen somebody say this, women during the slave era, beaten and raped by our masters, and then go back and sing a Negro spiritual. And we just was forced to get up the next day and act like nothing had happened.
So how do you feel about that right there? Do you agree or disagree? Again, let's reread it again. It says only black women are expected to develop a self-esteem that doesn't correlate with the actual treatment we receive. We are expected to be superhuman, unshaken by abuse, and develop a ridiculously unrealistic and borderline magical type of resilience. Enough is enough.
I agree with that.
I saw that and I absolutely agreed with that because we are expected for our esteem to still stay high despite trauma, abuse, media. How do we deal with that? How do we come out of that? I think it's I mean, I think it's okay for us to break down, but it's not okay for us to stay there. Let me say that.
We have to, like they said, we always have to get up and pick up the pieces. That's it.
But why do you think they expect us to do that? That's the question. That's what I,
Because
you know,
we are associated with the strong black woman thing. So just because we're associated with the term of us being a strong black woman, they expect nothing less. So that's what, how they say, that's the height we live up to. They expect us to live up to. So it's just one of those things like we're not allowed to sit and just grieve emotionally. We can't just cry because we're stressed. But hey,
so do you think that comes from let me tap into this really quickly. That comes from our mothers, our grandparents telling us we have to be strong. Do you agree or disagree with that?
yeah, yeah, because you had to. I look. This is how I'm thinking about it. Those days, and I might be rambling out here, so if I get lost in the thing, please guide me back on it.
I got you. You know I got you.
Our parents, you know, I don't know how many black women, most of them single family homes. You see mom work day in, day out. You never seen her cry. You never seen her cry. And when my dad passed, my mom was like, I gotta stay strong. We're not allowed to emotionally grieve. We can't sit there and cry because, it's always, I gotta stay strong. So when there's a time for you to stop being strong, like when we say stop being strong, it's okay to like just sit there and just, it's okay to take in and just cry if you have to. So we were taught I never seen my mom cry. Never. Even when my dad died, I never seen my mom cry. Now, if she did it behind my back, I would not know. But the whole point, I'm sitting up here crying about my dad. You gotta be strong. You gotta just keep moving on. So that's what we were taught. And I'm pretty sure she was taught that. You gotta be strong. We are taught to take these things throughout life and not express how we feel. And if we do, we have to get back up, move on like it never happened.
And then to we as black women, black women, we're the nurturers. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what you're saying, back sis. And like I say, when I saw this post, I broke down and I started to cry because I say, why? Why are black women the only ones that are expected to develop a self-esteem that that doesn't correlate with the treatment we receive? Because I say it all the time, we as black women, we are so disrespected, we're underprotected. You know, I don't get it. I'm and I'm trying not to get emotional because it's not fair.
That we have to endure all this and just move on. Like if we express how we feel, like I said, we have too many things attached to us. We have to be the strong black woman, and then when we get upset and we express how we feel, then we're a mad black woman. So then we're like, what do we do? We have all these things attached to us, and reality TV does not make it any better because they look at every black woman as, oh, if they act like that, and they're telling how they act on the street. So we have too many things attached to us as women. And then not just women, you got men who's constantly stereotyped as well. But as far as self esteem, this is what we do. This is why we can't express ourselves. Then you the mad black woman. If you go in the job, it's oh, she was just so angry and upset. No. I am telling you how I feel. Like I was on the phone, y'all, with a patient, and I was just telling her, but I guess she did not like the tone in my voice, and she just assumed I was yelling. And if soft spoken as I am, how can you assume that I am yelling at you when I'm just telling you what's going on? So that's what I'm saying. We are, y'all think men are stereotypes? Just try to have the term angry black woman. When we get upset, we get upset. So that's what I'm saying. And that comes from generations. That's what we're taught. That's it.
And then to not just women, but men deal with self-esteem issues. So I want to talk to my brothers tonight for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Definitely.
talk to my brothers. I want to say this to y'all first and foremost. Y'all gonna have to allow me to take a moment. Y'all just because when it comes to you black men, I love y'all. I love y'all. The world tears y'all down. The world tears y'all all the way down. And I hate that. It's enough that y'all have dealt with this as a little boy. Your father's telling you you're not good enough, you're never gonna be anything, and that affects men's self-esteem. And I don't think we tap into that enough either. You know, we don't address the self-esteem issues that you black men go through. Again, you have your fathers telling you you're not gonna be anything. You have your mothers telling you, "Oh, you're gonna be just like your sorry daddy." You black men deal with self-esteem issues. You're told, "Oh, you're too fat," or "You're not good enough. You're not loved," or "I don't love you. I hate you." You know, You have mothers, and a lot of people aren't ready to have this conversation, but it's not just the black men that tear the black boys down, but us mothers do it to our sons. You understand what I'm saying? We do this to our sons. So black women, we need to be accountable for that. We contribute to a lot of black men and their self-esteem issues. We definitely contribute to that. Not just a black man. Of course, that's what the narrative wants us to believe. But we as mothers, we tear our sons down too. For you to constantly keep telling your son, oh, if the dad is left out of the picture or the dad is going to prison or whatever, we as mothers, we tell our black boys this, you're going to be just like your daddy. We mothers tear down our black sons' self-esteem. But a lot of y'all aren't ready to have that conversation. So again, to my black men, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to constantly keep saying this, when the world says you're not enough, I think you're everything.
Amen.
I think you are beautiful. I think you are powerful. I think you are strong. I believe you can do anything. Matter of fact, let me not say I think, I know your black men can do anything. I want to help boost your esteem. I want to tell you you look good, you smell good. Even on the days that you may feel like you're not. Let Ashley be the first one to tell you that I love you. I respect you. I stand with you. So if that's not a self-esteem booster, baby, I don't know what it is. Oh,
Hmm.
Lord, y'all always get me emotional on these shows. But that's because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. You know. So I want to tap into a few of the comments, just a moment, not too many of the comments, because I definitely want to keep the conversation rolling. Definitely want to keep the conversation rolling. So K Styles tuned in with us tonight. Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Cordero White tuned in with us. Hello, Cordero. How are you tonight?
Doing.
Terror Artist 404. Thank you.
Thank you for
Hey,
tuning
how are
in.
you? Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. K Style says y'all are hitting on something that is definitely needed in the discussions. We don't talk about vulnerability in the mind and emotions. Facts. And that has a lot to do with the self-esteem as well. All right, and Jewel is tapped in tonight. Hey, boo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Terror Artist 404. He says, right, especially with us black men. Absolutely. You black men absolutely do um deal with self-esteem issues. Mr. Cordero White says he's glad his father never told him anything like that.
Good.
Absolutely.
Like other fellas are unfortunate, so that's good for you.
Mhm. And so Big Low came back with us and says black women are the only group of people whose feelings regularly get disregarded because people don't acknowledge how strong they are, but people expect them to stay strong. That's exactly Big Low. That comment you just made just really, let me go back to that post. Let me pull that back up for you guys. So Big Low, again, when I saw this post, like I said, I had to get it because I totally agreed with it. Because again, it says only black women are expected to develop a self-esteem that doesn't correlate with the actual treatment we receive. So, in other words, what it's saying is we're not allowed to, feel a certain kind of way. We're just still, we're still supposed to just be strong. We're supposed to, like, we're superhuman. We're supposed to be resilient. And we're tired, of our feelings. be disregarded and being said, oh, we're only supposed to, we're not entitled to feel this way. So we're supposed to maintain this high self-esteem regardless of what someone has said to us, regardless if someone has said, you know what, you're nothing, you're worth nothing, you'll never be anything, you'll be, you're gonna be just like your mama, a whore in the streets. Being told this, or being told you're only good for one thing and that's laying on your back, because I've heard women tell their daughters that you're just going to be a baby maker machine. So being told this from a little girl, even till now, we are still expected to be resilient through that. Our self-esteem is still supposed to be high. We're
But
tired
these days,
enough. Go ahead. Go ahead, sis. I did
I
not
know.
mean to cut
I,
you off. Come on.
no, because I was about to say, because this time being resilient get you them hands. You can't expect, and see, that's the thing. Even with the mothers, got the mothers, and you got young mothers. How can you be disappointed in her when you, in fact, you did the same thing? So you can't sit up here and trash bag her for something that you've done too. You've been through that, and that's another thing. Young mothers don't know how to encourage their child. Oh, you running out here, you 14 and pregnant. How you think that's gonna work? It's life. It is life. It happens. That's another thing. You sit up here, you trash your own child. There's people out here like that, and I can't. You know, yeah, you might be disappointed, but you have to realize it's life. You can't watch her every move. But I just said that to say, you got young mothers out here who's reckless toward their children. You gave birth at 15. So you can't expect, if she goes out and that same thing's, happen, you can't be mad at her. You can't be. But that was something that was just sitting on my chest because that made me think. Because to hear someone say that to their daughter, how can you be so disappointed when you had her at 14? But I
And we only
digress.
mimic what we see. I can really attest. Let me share a little story in regards. I'm guilty of that. You know what I'm saying, with my daughter. And again, all this came from pain. So I told my daughter, yeah, you look better when you have a little weight on you. And I never should have said that because my daughter was struggling with self-esteem issues. My daughter is now 18, and I had to, like I say, I had to step back because I told her, I was like, when she was losing weight, I was like, no, so I'm guilty of that. That's that, I can stand in those shoes and say, I'm guilty of that. I told my daughter that, but now that I've released this hurt and this pain, I tell her every day, you are so beautiful. You are gorgeous, girl. Look at you, girl. Go, girl. That's what I tell my daughter. I ensure and let her know to keep her self-esteem boosted. And I tell her all the time, don't let anybody out here tell you anything different. Because my daughter used to beat herself up because she didn't make the grades like her brother. And I used to tell her, that's okay. Y'all three are different.
Right.
Okay, you made an F. Okay. That don't mean you're stupid. You made an F. I've made F's. I've made C's, D's, A's, B's. So I keep her encouraged. You know, like I said, she had a big deal, with body image. Like I say, she's 18 now. She struggled. My son struggled with self-esteem issues because my son is overweight. And people teased him. They made fun of him when he was a little boy. So he had self-esteem. My son didn't feel like he was good enough. And I didn't make it any better for my children to ensure them that they were enough. And that's because that was the pain, that was the trauma I was carrying that I inflicted on my children. Some of y'all not ready to have that conversation. Some of y'all are
Mm-mm.
not ready to take accountability that some parents have played a big role in their children's self-esteem issues. Because it's not just what you see on TV, it's at home too. But again, sis, a lot of them ain't ready to have that conversation. So
No.
one more comment for, and then we're gonna continue on rolling with the conversation. So K Style says communication and uplifting each other is key for our survival mentally. Do you agree or disagree with that, sis? Communication.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, yo, this brings us to what we were talking about earlier. Our sister circle. Everything is easier when you got a group of people around you to uplift you. Everything is easier. So, yes, I definitely agree with that. Because why? I got two other people in my circle outside of everybody else who gives me the confidence to keep moving forward. Who compliments me all the time. It's not even always about looks. It's just about that mentality. You're doing a good job and stuff like this. Ashley is one of those people, and I got two other girls. We haven't even met, and we are all like this, and they're so motivating. They're so uplifting. It's nothing but positive energy. So yes, that makes a difference. So I agree with that.
So now let me go back and ask you the same question again, sis. The three types of self-esteem. Now
Okay.
that you know the definitions, which category do you fall in? Are you inflate? Do you have inflated self-esteem? Again, inflated self-esteem is somebody that thinks they better than everybody, like like they don't stink. Do you have high self-esteem or are you low self-esteem? Which one are you? I want to know which category do you fall in now. Now that you know the definitions,
I knew the definitions. Like I said, I'm humble. I'm humble. And I see. I feel like if you have high self esteem, that means you cocky. That's what I was taught. Like, oh, if your self esteem too high, you cocky. But you know what? I can say I have high self esteem. I'm not cocky. I'm very humble. I'm human. But yes, I know the definition. I'm just being humble. Cause like I say, if you have high self esteem, girl, you cocky. No, I ain't cocky.
and and that's why I say there's a big difference between being cocky and confident. My favorite song is Ego by Beyonce. I love the song. I love the lyrics because I'm not too big, I'm not too small, I'm not too strong, I'm perfect. And it took me a long time to get that self-esteem back up. Like I say, y'all, I've embraced my fupa. I've embraced it. I've embraced my stretch marks. I've embraced being short. God created me the exact way He wanted me to be. So I think I'm let me no, let me change that. I know I'm imperfectly perfect. So I have high confidence now. But also know that I'm very humble too. I don't have an inflated self-esteem because I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than the viewers. I'm not better than anybody. I'm only Ashley. And my confidence is gonna stay high. My cup is gonna stay full.
Yes, cause this lady on the radio, if y'all didn't know, just saying.
I did make that announcement at the beginning, but yes,
Oh, you
I'm
did?
on the radio now.
Well, I'm late.
I am on Hot 107.3. No, let me correct that. I'm on Hits,
Hits.
HITZ 107.3, The Beat. They are based out of Illinois. And I am on every Tuesday and every Thursday, 3 to 5 p.m. So, and I'm very humbled that someone stepped out, and took a chance with me. So I'm very humble about that. So just know my table's gonna be big enough for everybody to eat at. You know. So now that we out of that, so sis, we already talked about this. What causes low self esteem? But let's bring it. Let's run it on back.
It's like I'm going in circles, going round and round we
I'm
go.
singing, girl. That's my song. That's the jam. That is the jam.
But no,
So go ahead, sis.
like I said, it's like it could be, for believe it or not, verbal abuse. Verbal abuse causes low self esteem. Was bringing me back to, it could be even in relationships too. Even in relationships, nobody ain't gonna want you and stuff like that. So yes, verbal abuse. And we can go on and on about that.
Mm.
It just people not watching what they're saying. Uh,
So let
your
me ask you
tongue
this
is
before you continue.
go.
Could it be, is it how you say or what you say?
What you say, because like I say, if you sit up here and you tell me I'm ugly, I'm fat, and woo and woo, it becomes a sponge. You soaking all that up, and you start believing it. Now, how you say it does not make a difference. You can say it loud, you can say it low, but you're still saying it. I can hear you. Um, it's a lot to do with what you say. The tongue is powerful, and people don't believe that. I can sit up here and be. A guy can tell me, you know, no man ain't gonna want you. Look at you and stuff like that. Look at that, and that will break you down, uh, mentally, emotionally, and you will start to believe that. So now here you and you're going through life feeling like nobody ain't gonna want me. Look at you. And I guarantee you, you can lose the weight, you can be the right shape, and you will still feel like that. That's gonna continue. It's real. It's real.
And that ties, and that's exactly why I wanted to start the month off um New Year, New Me, because everything that we've talked about in regards to a new year, new me, self-esteem, body image, expectations versus reality, all ties into one thing. Our, the struggles that we go through. What we see on TV versus our body image causes low self-esteem. The media, your family, even teachers can
Right.
cause someone to have low self-esteem by telling them, "Oh, you're stupid. You're
You're
not
never
as
gonna
smart as
be
the other
nothing.
kids in this classroom." So, no, go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, no. Like I heard a teacher say, "You never gonna be nothing. You gonna be on the fire, not the fire truck, the trash truck and stuff like that." But come to find out, as I got older, they definitely make more than teachers. But I digress. Shout out to all teachers though. But still.
They're not ready for that conversation. But I
Mm-mm.
mean, but really though, you know, the causes of low self-esteem, you have parents pit siblings against one another. Or you're never gonna be like your brother. Your brother makes these good grades, all because the child came home with one D. One D. Mothers, fathers, um, let's see, hmm, the other avenues that friends can cause their friends to have low self-esteem. That's like, for example, if I tell you, Keish, uh, now you know if you lose a little weight, you'll look cute. And that goes back to when we talked about light skin versus dark skin. You're pretty
Yep.
for a dark skinned girl. That affects your self esteem. Me telling you you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, or you're pretty for a big girl. I think that causes low self esteem. So, in other words, you're saying if I would be ugly if I wasn't a big girl. It's like you're giving me a compliment but insulting me at the same time. So I think that contributes to low self esteem. You know, the media could portray a positive or could, I'm sorry, could send out negative or positive messages that could affect one's self esteem. Again, that taps back into expectations versus realities. That goes into the colorism conversation we had. That goes into the body image conversation that we had. All this ties into affect things that affect your self-esteem. So we as parents, we as friends, we as loved ones, stop tearing people down. Because see, low self-esteem causes mental illness. You'll send a person into depression. You'll send a person to, anxiety because now you drill this into their minds and telling them you're ugly, you're not good enough, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too short, you're too tall, you're this, you're that. So you're gonna drive a person to the edge. You're gonna drive a person to the edge. So why do that? Why do we? So let me ask you this, sis. And I know this is not one of the questions that I put up here tonight, but why do we as black women love to tear down other black women? I want to talk about that. Because that's part of
Ooh.
low self-esteem. Why?
Ooh.
Why do we do that to other black women?
You know what? It's sad. I don't even have an answer for that. And I think it's because you know what? Why? Because we're not taught that. Is it because? And I think it's, to be honest, I think it's because jealousy, which goes deep. Like, she thinks she's all that. When the girl could just have confidence, you know. So just be, and that brings me back to, because I have high self esteem, they would think I'm cocky. So when another woman shows that she's confident, it appears to other women that she's feeling herself or she's inflated. When she just has confidence, she just have a high self esteem. So in other words, yo, I don't think I have an answer for that, and that's sad. That's sad. It is not sad
Let
that
me
I don't have the answer. It's just a sad that I don't understand why.
again. I
Go
think it
ahead.
starts at home.
Mhm.
Why we as black women tear down other black women? Why we will tear someone down to boost our self esteem? It starts at home. Maybe the mother told the daughter, "Oh, you're prettier than all the other little girls. No one will ever look like you." So now you've inflated the self esteem of this 10-year-old child who grows up and feels like she's better than everybody. So it's okay for her to tear other women down to make herself look good. And it's so prominent in the black community. We women do it, black men do it. We need to stop.
Right.
Stop destroying someone's self esteem to make you look good because that reflects and shows that you have low self esteem. Because anytime you have to tear someone else down to boost you up, you have some self esteem issues. But again, some of those are conversations that people are really truly not ready to hear. So still tapping into this, sis. So another one of the questions was, how does low self esteem affect us? I didn't post it. So it says if you have low self esteem or confidence, you may hide yourself away from social situations. You may stop trying new things and avoid things you find challenging. In the short term, avoiding challenging and difficult situations might make you feel safe. In the longer term, this can backfire because it reinforces your underlying doubts and fears. It teaches you the unhelpful rule that the only way to cope is by avoiding things. Living with low self-esteem can harm your mental health, as I just stated, and lead to problems such as depression and anxiety. And it may also, let me go back. It says you may also develop unhelpful habits such as smoking and drinking too much as a way of coping. Talk about that, sis.
It's definitely true, especially for me. When I was dealing with what I was dealing with, I became socially disconnected. I didn't want to be around anybody. I was just like, antisocial. That I'm still that. Don't get me wrong, because I don't like too many people. But I definitely became socially disconnected. I did not want to do anything. Um, when it went to just trying to get up and look cute, change of plans, I didn't like it. So that gave me an excuse to get out of doing something. So I was just more of I was closed up, no interactions with nobody. That's how deep I was. And I wish I could bring my sister on it because my sister though was the one who would she would try to help me get to that point, you're a pretty girl and stuff like that. But no, I stayed to myself. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't like nothing, anything when it came to looking for new clothes, girl. The clothes that I already had, I don't like it. I don't like the way I look. It's like I couldn't stand looking at myself. What about now?
So now that we know what causes low self-esteem and we've identified the factors, in regards to low self-esteem. We know family, friends, what the media puts out on TV. I want to know, sis, what are ways to boost your self-esteem, girl? How do you let's say this? Because I want to get hyped with this one. How do you boost that self-esteem? How do you get up there and say, girl, what's up without being arrogant and
Oh,
cocky?
sorry. I can't see y'all. I'm clicking everything, and I got on glasses with no frames, and I can't see. But anyway, look, call your best friend. You know what, y'all? Makeup. I would play in makeup. She's like, yeah. You know what? Let me call up my girl. What y'all doing? Let's go out. Let's go do something. My thing is whole like actually said, what song get you in the mood to make you feel like yeah, it's ego, right? You can hear
Or
me?
Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. That song just does something to me. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, so I like what I see when I'm looking at me and I'm walking past the mirror. Hey, that's definitely a confidence booster. So go ahead on, sis. Go ahead on. I just had to slide that little song in too.
So
You know, woo,
I have a couple of songs. On me,
come
I
on.
could put on like this with Kelly Rowland. That's a good vibe for it. And then now you got Cardi B Money. So those my two songs that get me up like, you know what? Yeah, or Cash Doll Ice Me Out. So, all those are they get me, you know what? Yeah. I get in the mirror and sit up here and try to beat my goddamn face without being disrupted, of course. But those are the songs that get me in the mood. Throwing a good damn lipstick,
Mm.
and then that's it. I feel great.
Come on now.
Like
Come on now.
right
Come
now,
through, girl.
I could post a picture on the snap and be like, yeah,
Hey.
y'all get the point. Y'all get the point.
I love it though. But I love it though. I so love it. You know. So going into, speaking of me and going back and looking over a lot of things in regards to boosting my self-esteem. These were some of the things that I had to do. And you piggyback off of anything that I say, sis. Anything that may resonate with you, you piggyback off of anything that may resonate with you, you be like, okay, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. So first thing I had to do was I had to identify the negative beliefs that I had about myself and I had to challenge them. I had to stand 10 toes down with them. That was one of the first things that I had to do. Okay, I didn't feel like I was pretty enough. So I had to challenge that. I had to change my way of thinking and say, you know what, Ashley, you're beautiful. You're imperfectly perfect. Because it takes 21 days to break a habit. So I got up every day and I started telling myself, I would get in the mirror and I'd be like, ooh, girl, you look good.
Mm-hmm.
You are so pretty.
That mental photo shoot.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Because I would get up in the morning, sis, and I wouldn't even turn the light on in my bathroom. That's how bad my self-esteem was, y'all. I hated to look at myself in the mirror. I thought I was the ugliest person. Well, you know what? I wouldn't say that I was the ugliest person. When people would say, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," I would say, "Oh, I all right. I'm cute." I would really downplay myself. And now that I look at myself, I think I'm beautiful. I've embraced these freckles on my face. And
That
good
I
on my
love so much.
girl, they be popping with this lipstick, girl. With this colors by Keish, baby, that lipstick make it pop.
Trying to tell you.
Baby. And it's so and I want to say to you, thank you, for your lipstick. Um, because girl, I feel like a superstar when I put it on. I put it on and I feel gorgeous. I feel like a superstar. I get in, baby, when I put it on, I'm always down for a photo shoot. When I put that colors by Keish on. Look, sis, I'm always, you know, when I get my hair done, like I love it. You know, another thing that I had to do, I had to stop telling myself what I couldn't do, and I had to start telling myself what I can do. I can't do this, I can't do that, but I had to start saying, "Oh, I could do this. I'm capable enough to do this." I had to come outside. My fears. That Black Girl Interrupted. I had to come off my fears. I had to come out of that box and say, you know what? Let me stop being afraid, regardless of what people have to say. Black Girl Interrupted is going to be the truth. And I had to
It
start speaking.
is.
I had to start speaking that. I had to start speaking that. I had to start believing that. Another thing that I had to do was I started to write down evidence that challenges my negative beliefs. Um, you know, I had, let me go back and let me go back. Let me reiterate that. Let me say that. Let me reiterate that. I had to write down and say, I'm really good at what I do. I'm really good at speaking to people. I'm really
Yes,
good
you
at connecting with people. I'm really good at empowering people. I'm really good at uplifting and encouraging people. I'm good at that. I pride myself in that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then another thing, I started to write, I changed the negative into positive things. I'm beautiful. I'm worthy. I'm loved. I'm a great mother. That here, sis. I had to, like I say, I go and I pull a lot of things. So check this one out right here, sis. Let me remove, hold up. Let me take this down. Let me move this. So these are some affirmations that I learned to start telling myself. I am a black woman. I am beautiful. I am magic. I am intelligent. I am resilient. I am loved. I'm innovative. I am powerful. I'm influential. And most definitely, I'm unapologetic. So these were the positive affirmations that I had to start telling myself to keep boosting my self esteem. I had to do that. I needed that for me, and I had to start believing in me. So enough about me, sis. I want to know you. What did you do to start increasing your self esteem? You went from low to now you have high self esteem. What were some of the things that you did?
um first of all, I had no choice but to get that shit out my head. That's that.
But what did you do?
Like you say, I challenged myself. If you don't think you pretty, okay. Get out here and you do something that make you feel good. I love it when I just go get my nail stuff. That makes me feel good. I feel girly. Um and I just took the liberty of just like they have this song called I Am Me, and y'all probably heard it on TikTok or something. But however, before that, I just had to, like you said, challenge myself, push myself. If you don't like the way you look, change it. You can't sit up here and be like, "Ooh, I feel like this. Ooh, I feel like that." So I started getting myself together because if I could fix your crown, you'll be all right. Do something to make you feel good. Put on a little lipstick, makeup, whatever, and just affirm yourself. Do your affirmation. Positive vibes only. So that's what I had to do. I sit up here and be like, "Oh, girl, this gut." I learned to make a joke about it. Well, look like it's just me and you. So, you know, that's it. I learned to accept me for me. And if I
Did you
want to
say
change it, I can change it.
did you say you tell your gut it's just me and you?
It's just me and you. And this food we about to eat, and you go enjoy
Oh,
it. I enjoy it. Can't get mad about it. That's what happened when you enjoy food. That's what
fix it,
happened.
Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Come on, take the wheel.
Corvette,
Also,
Corvette.
another thing, I changed my circle.
Mm, mm.
I changed my circle. I started to build positive relationships with people. I implemented having positive people in my circle, like-minded people, where we all connected on a different level, where we encourage one another, where we empower one another, where we uplift one another. That was another thing I did. I changed the circle. You give out positive vibes, you're going to get positive vibes in return. What else did you do to keep boosting your self esteem?
I stayed true to myself. You know, I was just like, this is you. You're beautiful. You're not about to go through life and it changed. Once you have kids, if this is what you want to tell your kids come to mama, they say I'm ugly. What you gonna tell your child? Oh, honey, you might be. No, not your child, not the one that you want to protect. No, you're beautiful. So I had to change that for the sake of myself and for my future kids, which now I have two. So yes, I thought about my future. I thought about my babies who's now here. So it just took me, I had to grow up. Girl, you're not ugly. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. You ain't ugly. I love it when I get my hair done, baby. Nobody can tell me nothing.
And you know what else I did, sis? I started telling people no. I
You have
started
all
telling
the
people no. No became etched in my vocabulary. Because when you have low self-esteem, it's almost like you have to say yes to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to keep telling everybody yes, 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 yes. No, no. I wasn't going to continue to allow people to drain, to empty my cup. you know so I had to learn to start telling people no. That's another thing that I had to start doing. So I have this right here for you, sis, and I thought this was so beautiful. It says, Black girls, don't be afraid to use your voice, your thoughts, opinions, and ideas. No, let me back up. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Your thoughts, opinions, and ideas are just as important as anybody else's. When you speak with boldness and purpose. You have courage, be confident, and always be true to yourself. Live your life fearlessly. Your voice has great power. Don't be afraid to utilize it when needed. You're not an angry Black woman. You're not an angry Black woman. You're a woman who has something important to say. Your voice matters, and so do you. That just touched me. That really, truly touched me. That touched me. That just gave me a boost of confidence. And you have to start believing in yourself. You have to start believing in yourself. You have to invest in yourself because no one else will if you don't. You have to believe in yourself. You have to. You have to, you have to, you have to. So let's tap into some comments. And then, of course, sis. So let's get a few moments with the comments. And then we're gonna roll into our final thoughts.
Okay,
So Roberta
so
tapped in. No, go ahead, sis.
okay, so hey Roberta, we see you. How you doing? She says good evening as well. And she also said that this episode is deep. It is. It's a conversation that needs to be had. So this goes back to the when I was explaining that how we have this girl circle, our girlfriends, good women. And yes, it's very good to have because that's better than anything. Good group of women. I ain't gonna say girls. Roberta said, we are both beautiful. We thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Some days um I don't feel beautiful. Some days I don't. But hey, I'm gorgeous. I'm beyond beautiful. I'm gorgeous. God told me I was beautiful. Like I told you, God told me I'm imperfectly perfect. So I got that high self-esteem. I got that high self-esteem, y'all. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Amen. And we have Janelle say, yes, sis. And then she said, you are beautiful.
Hey, Janelle. Good to see you, babe. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Tara ought to say we're doing good. He said, y'all are doing good, ladies.
Oh,
And
you
he
must have didn't
definitely
see it when
say,
I pulled it up.
and they say self-esteem is key.
Yes.
It's definitely key, you know. And we have to keep promoting positive things. We have to keep boosting self-esteem, especially like I say with black women, because going back to that post that I found, and I can't stress this enough when it says, only black women are expected to develop a self-esteem that doesn't correlate with the actual treatment we receive. We are expected to be superhuman, unshaken by abuse, and develop a ridiculously unrealistic and borderline magical type of resilience. Enough is enough. I can't help but to keep going back to that, sis, because like you say, we're still supposed to have a high self-esteem despite how we're mistreated, despite the fact that
Facts.
we're disrespected. Oh, excuse me. That's what they expect. And we're tired of that. We're absolutely tired of that. So, sis, let me ask you a question. Since, this is the last topic of January in regards to a brand new year, brand new me. And of course, Thursday will be our open forum where we're recapping everything in January to the topics that we discussed. How do you feel now? We're in a new year. It's 2021, okay? So if you want to go back and talk about 2020 and tap and bring it back into 2021, how do you feel?
Right now, I feel more empowered than ever. Let me tell you something. I feel like I can go out here and I can get what the fuck I want. And what I mean by that, if I want it, I'll get it. As far as when it comes to goals and ambitions, I'm going to get it. It don't have to chase me. I'm going to chase it. So that's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm moving in 2021. So definitely, it is a step up from last year. I'm in a better place mentally, thanks to Black Girls Interrupted. Um, Emotionally, I'm grounded. I'm controlled. I learned to not let my emotions determine anything. So I'm like, at snap back, snap out of it. So yes, January has definitely been a. It started off rocky, but I didn't let that stop me. Again, thanks to that one right there. You know, she keeps me grounded outside of my husband and my family. But I'm January. I took a different approach than what I did last year.
So your approach from last year versus this year, what was your approach from last year
I was hesitant.
that led you into a different approach for
I was hesitant. I didn't have the confidence I have now. I had the
what
confidence
caused
to expire in doing it. The thoughts of doing it, but not actually doing it. So when I gained that confidence to do it, I did it. And when I did it, I did the damn thing. So yeah, you know, I took some steps that I never thought I'll take, and I regret nothing.
so if you were to ask me 2020 to 2021,
What's different for you? What? How did you approach this year differently? What mind frame did you come into 2021 with? Because I know we had to close the chapter on some things last season. So after you closed them chapters, what was your mind frame walking into 2021 with these stilettos? lashes and lipsticks. What you did?
Let me say this. 2020, I struggled. I struggled a lot. I had to go back through a lot of doors that I thought I had closed. My self esteem was not where it should have been. Okay, y'all, I
Take
just
your
needed
time.
15 seconds to regroup. I had to go back through those doors. I had to break those negative habits, and I had to change the way I thought, the way I spoke. I had to step out. I had to come out of my comfort zone. And I did it layer by layer. I put my cape on and I said, "You can do this." I got up in the mornings and I started to speak those affirmations. I started to fix myself up. Self care was one of the biggest things to help boost my self esteem. And like I said, I mended a lot of relationships, I overcame a lot of obstacles. I started to meditate. I really connected with my spiritual side. So I started to manifest and speak things into existence, you know. And when you start to speak things into the universe, you start to believe them. So I started to believe I was beautiful. I started to believe I was worthy. I started to believe I was loved. And I am. I am worthy. I am loved. I am beautiful. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. And most importantly, I'm Ashley. And I wouldn't change that. And like you say, I took a different approach. Was I afraid? Absolutely. But once I closed those doors, I knew that I could do it. My sense of confidence went through the roof. You can't even imagine how confident I feel right now and how humbled I am at the same time. You know, I give out genuine love and I receive genuine love.
Yes.
I changed my circle of people. So not only do I pour into everybody else's cups, but mine get poured back into as well. That's what I did. And 2021, everything I couldn't get in 2020, baby, I'm getting it in 2021 and I'm not taking no for an answer. All of that. All of that right there, y'all. All of that right there. Here, I'm not taking no for an answer. I met the most amazing people that have supported me genuinely. This lady right here, to my left, to my right, whichever way she is, y'all see her.
But I'm right here.
Your lipstick. I love it, girl. Colors by Keish. It makes me feel beautiful every time I put it on. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It never
Oh
fails.
my
This
gosh,
thing
I
can
just
rock
love it.
any color. Any color.
I
She can
just
wear
love
any
it.
color.
I love it. I really truly love it. I love the fact that everybody's making it. I'm glad I'm able to make a difference. I've touched more than one person. So y'all know that's really a confidence booster for me. Because that was my goal, sis. You know, if I could boost my self-esteem, I wanted to pour into somebody else. I wanted to boost someone else's self-esteem. I wanted someone else to feel and know that they were beautiful and know that they were worthy and know that they were loved. That's Black Girl Interrupted. Tell me about Colors by Keish.
Okay, I forgot this. I have to go on the radio, so I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, Colors by Keish Cosmetic, y'all, relaunches on, guess what? My podcast with my co-host. So it's just like you gonna see the same old people. Keisha's Corner, 6 p.m. January 30th. So it launches on our show because y'all gonna see the same old people. But yes, we're gonna just have a virtual lunch party. We launching. I'm excited to bring new things, and something amazing happened to me. I was not supposed to open my site up today, and when I did, the surprise that came after that just struck me because I was like, "What already?" But it's all in good measure. I'm happy I did it because it just opened more doors for me, and I'm excited, and I hope that y'all join us January 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern. On here, as we talk about, the journey to get to Colors by Keish, what happened along the way, because baby, it's some tea, so bring your cups. But it's not bad tea. It just lets you know, do not give up on your dream, no matter who you see doing it. So if you got somebody out here selling books and you won't sell books, you better sell them damn books. Cottonelle didn't stop because what's the other one? That Angel Soft came.
That
So
or what's the
I
other one? Charmin.
Shaman. They didn't stop, and people still buy Walmart brand tissue, but that's okay. So I it took me to learn a lot, and I did. So I hope y'all tune in 6 p.m. Saturday for my story time and lunch. So while we talk, y'all could be shopping. Get y'all some magnetics and minks and some lipstick. I do have new colors as well. So yeah.
So let me ask you another question about Colors by Keish.
Mhm.
What made you want to step into the cosmetic world? What was your goal? What were you seeking? Because we're talking about self-esteem.
And you know what? That's what did it. That's what did it because what other way would a woman want to feel beautiful? Just a good lipstick goes a long way. Maybe just the lash. So I did that because, like myself, when I first started and I started getting my samples and I started putting it on it, that made me feel so delighted inside because I felt beautiful with just a color that I never even touched before. And I'm like, oh, this looks so good on me. And I just wanted to share with other women who probably, felt the way I felt. Here, girl, here's a good lash, here's a good lipstick, or here's the pen to go with the lash, and stuff like that. I want to contribute to helping a woman be beautiful, feel beautiful, and stuff like that. So, me, in my history of self esteem, low self esteem, which is now high, I just wanted to share with the world. So we'll talk more about that on Saturday because I think I'm gonna open up a little bit more and probably get a little bit emotional because this one she's gonna get me there. Um so yeah, it's definitely a story behind it. It's definitely a story behind some of the color lipsticks I chose. It's funny. Like tonight I have on stiletto. It had not released, and I like to call it a whole red.
Oh,
Yeah, I like to call
okay,
it a whole red. But
okay.
here's why. We all grown, and y'all know what they say used to say about the red nails. So I just felt like every woman could release that inner hope. you know. So instead of whole nails, here's a whole lip, you know. So
Mm.
yeah.
That's the lady of the evening red.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
sis, you know what time of the night it is. But I appreciate you joining me again tonight while we talked about self-esteem. You know, it's always a pleasure when you come and you do these shows with me. Because we have so much fun. You know, the vibe is wonderful. And I don't think
It's
I
the
would want anybody to interrupt that groove.
it's
You
the
know,
chemistry. Yeah.
we got this energy going, you know, and I don't think, you know, anybody could come in between that vibe, you
Mm-mm.
know. Like what the Kendrick
She
Lamar song say, don't
they
kill
say
my
yeah.
vibe, B don't kill my vibe. So I love the vibe. I love it. That's why I bring you on week in and when week out. I just love the connection and I love the fact how you can get on here and you're not afraid to be vulnerable with me, and I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with you. You know, and that we're not afraid to be vulnerable with our listeners, our supporters, everybody. I love the fact. So thank you so much again. So let's roll into the best part of the night. The final thoughts, the final thoughts. Come on, come on, come on. Let's talk about tonight. Let's go ahead and roll into them final thoughts for tonight. What did you think about tonight's episode, sis?
I thought it was perfect. It was perfect. Every woman needed to hear this. Every man needed to hear this. But I definitely thought it was something that needed to be touched on because us women, we can't go up to nobody talking about self esteem because they're gonna look at us like again like we crazy. Or it's just no, it's a phase. It's not a phase. But women, I encourage you to do whatever you can to make you feel beautiful. And if it's words, I want you to get that all out your head. Write some daily aspirations. Speak it into existence, even if it's to yourself. Have that conversation. You're not talking to yourself, but just be like, I am. Have your daily aspirations to yourself. Don't let no one tell you that you are not worthy, because if anything, you work too damn much. You're worth you work more than what they whatever. Y'all know I can't never get my words out, but y'all be knowing what I be saying, so y'all be following me, which is cool. It's cool. Y'all be following me. That's what I like about y'all. See, we all have that connection. I don't know what Keish be saying, but she getting somewhere. She might go around the block a few times, but she get there. But
You get to
yes,
the
lady. Yeah, I get there eventually. But
maybe
ladies,
that's what you do. You just get on to the point. It may, like you say, it may take you a few laps around the track, but eventually you
but
make
I'm
it to the
coming.
finish. And
I'm coming.
that's all that matters. You know,
I'm
is that
coming.
you make it to the finish line. You know, like I say, I can't say the vibe and the energy you bring to Black Girl Interrupt. You know, I definitely appreciate you even taking this leap with me. Because I know at first you were just kind of like, I don't know. But you know how aggressive and assertive I am. And I just, come on, come on, come on. I
I'm gonna get
made
on
you
this
do
show.
it. Because you
Uh,
needed that self-esteem booster, girl. And I'm here to
Cause
give it
I
to every
didn't
black woman and every black man. I'm here to give you your self-esteem booster.
dose.
Um, so in regards to my final thoughts, before I even tap in, I want to say this once again to my women, my beautiful black women, strong, gorgeous black men. I want you guys to say this with me. I am black. I am woman, or I am male. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am magic. I am powerful. I'm intelligent. I am resilient. I am most definitely loved. I'm innovative, I'm influential, and most importantly, black men and black women, we are unapologetic. We're no longer apologizing. And that's what Mary had a little laugh. We're no longer apologizing. We're no longer doing that. So I just wanted to post that affirmation one more time. So let me go ahead and roll into my final thoughts. Self esteem is important, ladies and men. It's important. If you don't invest in yourself, who will? Learn to love you. Don't allow those intrusive thoughts to penetrate your realm of peace. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved. Know that you are greatness. I understand we have the trauma. You know, we've been told that we're stupid, will never amount to anything. Even the world has told us that we'll never be anything. I know the world has said my black men will never be anything. I know the world has told my black men that y'all are only good for playing sports. And I know my black men have believed that all this time. But no, you could be anything that you put your mind to. I believe. Matter of fact, let me not say I believe. I know you could be engineers. I know you could be mathematicians. I know you could be more than just athletes and rappers. I know you can. I believe in you. So if the world continues to tell you you're not enough, just know Ashley knows you're everything. To my black women, you are queens. You are resilient. You are strong. And you are a woman. You are a friend. You are a mother. You're an aunt. You're a niece. You're a cousin. But most importantly, know you are everything. And I believe in you. I know your superpowers. Every black woman carries a superpower. Every black man carries a superpower. And I love you. On that note, I love you. I think you're everything. Black man and black woman. We are everything. We are we are the truth. And most importantly, we are the blueprint. Keep believing that. Keep affirming that. And receive it. Don't accept, but receive. So again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Don't forget, I'm live every Tuesday and Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I am on all streaming platforms. And also don't forget, during the day on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can catch me again on Hits 107.3, The Beat, and Thursdays at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays and Thursdays again. You could actually download the app. It is available in your Apple Store and your Google Play Store. Just type in HITZ 1073 The Beat, and it's gonna pop right on up. Download the app. And don't forget to tap in with your girl, y'all, so you get a double dose of me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll see y'all Thursday, same time, same place,
Same faces.
open forum. We talking about anything. And also, there will be a special guest that I'm bringing on the show Thursday night. You definitely don't want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss this. So I love you guys. Love, 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 love. And I'll see y'all Thursday night. Love
Remember,
y'all.
wear a
Mwah.
mask, wash your hand, wipe your ass. Bye.
Oh, y'all heard what she said. Y'all heard what the She of Colors by Key said. You ain't gotta go home, but guess what? You got to get the hell out of here. We home. We tired. We love y'all. Bye. We too goofy, girl. Too goofy.